Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is time for just a word from the Word. Our passage this morning comes from the book of Second Samuel. Can you tell I've been going through Second Samuel? Chapter 22, verse 7. And I'm reading from the English Standard Version. In my distress, I called upon the Lord. To my God I called. From his temple he heard my voice, and my cry came to his ears. Calling 911. From what I can remember, and I've been thinking, I only remember calling 911 one time. I was terribly freaked out, and the building where I was at, somebody had actually broken into the building. And I was able to get my phone and I dialed 911 and nothing but the grace of God. Um, Everything was fine. I was fine. Um, Police came. It was all good. And I was calm as calm could be while on the phone with emergency services. But man, when it was done, it was like all the adrenaline was gone. And I was like, whew, man, I'm glad that's over. Kind of freaked me out though for the day. Um, but it was a distress call. It was a call that um, it was important. Um, Things had happened that should not have happened, and I was thankful that I had 911 to call. Um, and I'm still a little extra careful on some things because of that. It was a very, very scary moment in my life, but there was a number that I could call upon to help me in my time of need. You know where I'm going. I know you do, but I'm going to go there anyway. David wrote in 2 Samuel 22 and 7. It's also a psalm, by the way. Um, that in my distress, when I was scared, my 911 call was I called upon the Lord. I called to my God, and he heard me out of his temple. Here's your word from the Word this morning. Look, I have been in some stressful places, spiritually, emotionally. And I just told you about one physically. But every time I have dialed spiritually 911, God has heard my cry. He has attended to the cry of my heart, and he has moved on my behalf every time I've called 911 spiritually. And so I don't know what your situation is. I hope it isn't stressful. I hope it isn't difficult. But if it is, call 911. Call on God. Let that be your distress call. If you need to, I get it. I've called on people to pray for me because we need each other. But let's make sure that we turn that call and we look for the answers at the right place, in the right spot. Call 911. Call upon the Lord in your distress, and he will hear you. Let that give you hope. Let that give you peace. That our God is not a deaf God. nor is he an uncaring God. He does care. Even when you aren't sure if people care, God cares. And he hears you. Make your 911 call if you need to today. The Lord will take care. This has been just a word from the Word. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow morning.